Hello everyone, welcome to Elevate Academy by Harsha. In this quick video, we'll explore Amazon Bedrock agents and their core features. Amazon Bedrock agents are AI agents that can not only chat but also take actions to get things done. Today, we'll break down 6 key building blocks that make these agents powerful. Action groups, LLMs, knowledge bases, chain of thought, guardrails, and tracing. By the end, you will see how these pieces come together to enable smarter, goal-driven AI. Let's dive in. First important building block of Bedrock agents is the action groups. Action groups are like the agent's toolbox of skills. Think of them as prepackaged actions the agent can take. Things like calling an external API, running a database query, or invoking a cloud function. For example, an agent might have a book hotel action group that knows how to collect your booking details and call a hotel reservation API. These groups are configured ahead of time with schemas like an open API spec or a function signature that define what parameters the action needs and how to execute it. Essentially, you are giving the agent permission and instructions to do specific tasks on your behalf. This way, when a user makes a request, the agent can decide, I should use one of my action groups to handle this. Action groups empower our Bedrock agent to move from just conversation to real action. Second important building block is the large language model or the LLM. Every smart agent needs a smart brain, and for Bedrock agents, that brain is the large language model. This is the foundation model under the hood that does the heavy lifting in understanding and generating language. When you ask the agent a question, the LLM interprets your natural language, figures out what you are asking, and even keeps track of the context from previous interactions. It's also responsible for planning and reasoning through the task at hand. You can think of the LLM as the agent's reasoning engine. It's what enables the agent to come up with a game plan and then articulate a helpful answer. Amazon Bedrock lets you choose from various top-tier models like Amazon's own or third-party models. So you can pick one that fits your needs. In short, the LLM is what gives the agent its intelligence and fluency. It's the core that makes the agent feel less like a rigid program and more like a helpful assistant that gets it. Now let's talk about knowledge bases, a powerful feature that ensures our agents aren't just making things up. Knowledge bases act like the agent's reference library. They contain facts, documents, or structured data your business already owns. When a user asks a question, the agent doesn't have to rely only on its LLM training. It can fetch the most relevant, up-to-date information from the knowledge base and use that in its response. For example, imagine a customer support agent that answers FAQs. Rather than guessing, it can pull accurate answers from your company's knowledge base stored in S3 or a database. This is what we call Retrieval Augmented Generation or RAG. It keeps the AI grounded, factual, and reliable. Knowledge bases make sure your Bedrock agents aren't just fluent but also trustworthy. If you would like to know more about knowledge bases, I highly encourage you to watch my demo video on implementing RAG using knowledge bases in Amazon Bedrock. Now let's talk about how the agent actually figures things out. That's where chain of thought comes in. Rather than trying to answer in one leap, a Bedrock agent thinks step by step. It's like watching the agent have an inner monologue. First I should do this, then based on that result I'll do that next. This is inspired by the REACT pattern, which is short for reason and act. The agent uses the LLM to reason about the problem, decides on an action, maybe using an action group, then sees the result of that action and reasons again for the next step. For example, if you ask the agent, should I invest in stock X? The agent might first think this might require financial advice. That's disallowed. That's a guardrail kicking in, which we will cover next. Or if it's allowed, it might think step 1, retrieve recent performance data. Step 2, analyze data with LLM reasoning. Step 3, formulate advice. By chaining its thoughts, the agent can handle pretty complex tasks in a logical way, almost like how you or I would break a problem down. Chain of thought reasoning is a big part of what makes these agents smart and adaptable rather than just one-shot responders. With great power comes great responsibility. That's where guardrails come in. Guardrails are all about keeping the AI's output safe, appropriate, and on policy. In Amazon Bedrock agents, guardrails are configurable rules and filters that you set up to prevent the agent from going off track. For instance, a guardrail can automatically filter out harmful content or stop the agent from answering questions on sensitive topics. If your company has policies, say don't give financial advice or don't reveal customer personal info, you can enforce those via guardrails. Essentially, guardrails define what the agent can or cannot do. So even though the agent is powered by a strong LLM, these rules act like a safety net, catching any inappropriate responses or actions before they reach the user. They ensure that as the agent helps users, it always stays secure, ethical, and aligned with the guidelines we set. This builds trust both for users and for developers who deploy these AI agents in real-world applications. Finally, let's talk about tracing. One of my favorite features for anyone building or tuning an agent. Every time the agent handles a request, it can produce a trace, basically a detailed log of what happened behind the scenes. Imagine you could peek into the agent's mind. The trace is like that. It will show step by step how the agent went from your question to the answer. You will see things like user asked X, agent decided to invoke action Y with these parameters, got result Z. Then agent reasoned something and answered. This is hugely helpful for debugging and transparency. If the agent makes a wrong turn or says something odd, you can look at the trace and pinpoint where it went awry. Maybe the reasoning was off or an external API returned an error. The trace even notes failures and why. For developers, tracing is like having a play-by-play log to improve the agent's behavior. And for users or businesses, it provides confidence because there's an audit trail of the AI's decisions. Tracing turns the agent into a bit of an open book, which is great for building trust in AI outputs. Thank you so much for joining me on this whirlwind tour of Amazon Bedrock agents and their core features. We saw how action groups, LLM brains, knowledge bases, chain of thought reasoning, guardrails, and tracing all work together to create powerful AI agents. If you enjoyed this and learned something new, please subscribe to Elevate Academy by Harsha. Your support helps us bring you more tech insights every week. Don't forget to hit the like button if this video added value for you and drop a comment with your thoughts or questions. I would love to hear what you are excited about or any queries you have. Thanks again for watching and stay tuned for more on the latest in generative AI. If you are ready, go ahead and start experimenting with Bedrock agents. And let's elevate our AI game together. In future videos, we will actually build a couple of Bedrock agents for you to get hands-on experience building agents. Have a great day and see you in the next one. Until then, elevate.